Let me give you an example. It's the progressive thinking. It's people are secondary to the earth and animals. Tonight on TV, I'm going to show you a couple of screenshots. Pat, you were in the office with me, and we have in my office we have a bank of televisions, and so I can see all the things that are on different channels. And both Fox and NBC, I look up at the screen and I said, "Look at this, Pat. If this isn't the progressive way of thinking right here, demonstrated right here, right now." They were covering the fires in California. Do you remember what the Fox banner said underneath?
Yeah, it was something like firefighters racing to protect homes.
Yeah, it was like 26,000 homes in danger, firefighters, blah, blah, blah. And that was the whole story in the banner underneath. The banner, same footage, same pictures of the fires raging in California. What did the banner on MSNBC say?
Animals threatened. Animals threatened. Yeah.
I'm also going to show you something that links right into the indoctrination of your schools tonight. You have to see these. You have to see these photos. You have to see these pictures. You probably don't even know this. It was sent in by a listener of the radio program. It was a poster in their child's classroom. It was, "I pledge allegiance to the earth." Now, we got people trying to get the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag out of the school, and now teachers are trying to get our kids to pledge allegiance to the earth. The earth and the environment. They are the progressive replacement for God. You will bow down. You will obey. You will worship. By the way, at the same time Holdren was working on this, sterilants in the drinking water and DDT was being banned. Just a few years later, in 1975, Newsweek carried a story about the coming planetary ice age. Do you remember it? Due to global cooling, it's getting so cold. Well, now, according to Al Gore, our SUVs, the Earth has a temperature. Excuse me? I mean, I woke up yesterday in the greater New York area where the temperature was about 48 on September 1st. There have been maybe, I don't even know, we should look into the exact number, 3-4 typical summer days in New York this year, period. But this isn't an Al Gore backtrack. No, he doesn't need to backtrack. It's anyone who doubts Al Gore.
I think that those people are in such a tiny, tiny minority now with their point of view. They're almost like the ones who still believe that the moon landing was staged in a movie lot in Arizona. And those who believe the earth is flat. That demeans them a little bit, but it's not that far off.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Might demean them a little bit. By the way, Stu, what is the latest number on those who believe global warming is man-made and we can do something about it?
I believe it was the New York.
It's a small minority. They're in such a small minority now.
Right. I believe it was New York Times poll, so you know it can be trusted.
Of course, it's true.
It said the man-made and catastrophic, people who believe it's man-made and catastrophic chimes in around 21%. 21. So the other,
so meaning the other is 79.
Others believe other things.
Tiny.
Yeah, that either it's
tiny
natural
79.
or maybe not as bad as described.
Because we have listened to their scare tactics, their fear-mongering for so long, they are now promising to shut down the biggest, most important source of energy we have in this country without an alternative solution to replace it. Coal. Clean and otherwise. Coal provides nearly half of all of our energy. Half. Yet Barack Obama promised to bankrupt the industry.
So if somebody wants to build a coal-powered plant, they can. It's just that it will bankrupt them because they're going to be charged a huge sum for all that greenhouse gas that's being emitted.
Vice President Joe Biden promised no coal in America.
No coal plants here in America. Build them if they're going to build them over there. Make them clean because they're killing you.
Special advisor to the president for green jobs, Van Jones, said,
But I'll tell you what, if we're going to have clean coal, let's have a couple other things. We could have clean coal, or if we could power the country with clean coal, or we could have unicorns pull our cars for us, so, all day. We could have that too. Equally fictitious, equally fantastical, equally ludicrous, you know. So, you know, we could have the truth fairy bring us our energy at night. I mean, equally ludicrous.
Or we could have a self-proclaimed communist create jobs in America. Now that's ludicrous. And speaking of unicorns and fairies, what do they have in mind to replace 48% of our national energy source once they bankrupt it? Will Van Jones sprinkle extra pixie dust on a giant windmill to make up the difference? Because we're nowhere near being able to convert wind or solar power. Will progressive pigs fly out of his ass and pedal bicycles to pedal the turbines attached to our power grid? With a track record like these progressives have, why would you listen to any of them on anything? Why wouldn't you question their real agenda? It's like letting your friend who's been wrong on every Super Bowl prediction since 1967 bet your mortgage on who will win this year. Are you willing to roll the dice? And at what point do you say to your friend, you know what, once in a while, somebody's got to get one of them right. You'd think, what are the odds? It's almost like you have another agenda.